Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today's video was brought to us by Patreon supporter Alix. Huge thanks to Alix and the rest of my Patreon supporters. Alix reached out with an interesting request. He wanted a low-to-the-ground deck. Something where both the budget and the mana value were nice and cheap. To me, that meant a Feather the Redeemed deck. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Feather the Redeemed is a 3-mana 3/4 legendary angel with flying. Whenever we cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature we control, we exile that spell instead of putting it into our graveyard as it resolves. If we do, we return it to our hand at the beginning of the next end step. I love commanders like Feather, who make cards that are considered draft chaff into something not only playable, but powerful. What do I mean by that? Let's take Angel Fire Ignition for example. Putting a bunch of keywords on a creature as well as 2 +1/+1 counters is pretty nice. But getting to do it every single turn for the rest of the game means that Feather will become an unstoppable beatstick. Cards like Flick a Coin are fun to cast because they have a lot of effects that most players enjoy. Damage, card draw, and treasure generation. But what if we pinged Feather, made a treasure, and drew a card every turn for the rest of the game? Obviously, this deck will be built around low-to-the-ground instants and sorceries that target our commander so that we can cast them again and again. But that means our hands will get ridiculously full before long. So we'll want to keep that in mind as we're building this deck. But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. The Return to Earth Boulder series is unique in that they are made almost entirely of renewable resources rather than plastic. And lately, Ultimate Guard has been printing these not just in solid colors, but with artist print, like this gorgeous piece by artist Mario Renal. Titled In Icy Bloom, it shows a somber scene of a snow-covered graveyard beneath a tree. Its leaves turned red in the late autumn. Pick yours up today at your local game store or order it on Amazon. Link down below. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Oh, one more quick announcement before we get started. I'm currently streaming with my son over on Musings by Danon as well as Twitch. It'll mostly be Final Fantasy XIV, but you're more than welcome to pop in and talk about Commander. Honestly, about half my streams are talking about manga, anime, or Commander. For lands, we're running Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Clifftop Retreat, Alpine Meadow, Sacred Peaks, Sun-Scorched Divide, Rugged Prairie, Battlefield Forge, Needleverge Pathway, Fury Calm Snarl, Temple of Triumph, Rustvale Bridge, Boros Guildgate, Boros Garrison, Lorehold Campus, Windscarred Crag, Scavenger Grounds, Myriad Landscape, Evolving Wilds, Terramorphic Expanse, 6 Mountains, and 6 Plains. I know that's not a lot of lands, but don't worry, we have a plan. Our mana ramp consists of Stormkiln Artist for treasure generation, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Talisman of Conviction, Boros Signet, Fire Diamond, Marble Diamond, Mind Stone, Felwar Stone, Chromatic Lantern, Decanter of Endless Water, Thought Vessel, and Gilded Lotus as mana rocks. Sometimes you need a lot of colored mana in this deck. For card advantage, we've got Secret Rendezvous, Your Temple is Under Attack, Witch's Mark, Browbeat, Big Score, and Unexpected Windfall. We've also got a good-sized cantrip package consisting of Expedite, Fists of Flame, Crimson Wisps, Shelter, Ryle, Flick a Coin, Ancestral Anger, Defiant Strike, God's Willing, Titan Strength, Might of the Meek, Guided Strike, and Balduvian Rage. All of these can be cast over and over again, drawing us a ton of cards every turn. Additionally, the existence of so many cantrips is why we're running so few lands. Our interaction and spot removal package consists of Cathartic Pyre, Abrade, Disenchant, Cleansing Wildfire, Rabid Gnaw, Swords to Plowshares, Fall of the Hammer, Reckless Rage, Rip Apart, Divine Resilience, and Boros Charm. A good mix of protection and destruction, as it should be. For board wipes, we've got Divine Reckoning and Single Combat. Both board wipes that will clear out our opponent's armies while leaving Feather on the battlefield. The core of our deck consists of Angel Fire Ignition, Sheltering Light, Sudden Breakthrough, Lauren's Escape, Take Up the Shield, Ancestor's Aid, Feat of Resistance, Fight as One, Adamant Will, Samut Sprint, Legion Leadership, Temur Battle Rage, and Blacksmith Skill. To help us close out the game, we've also got a small damage package in Gutter Snipe, Kessig Flame Breather, Fiery Inscription, Firebrand Archer, Thermo Alchemist, Electrostatic Field, Erebor Flamesmith, and Coruscation Mage, with Young Pyromancer here to help build an army of chump blockers if necessary. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 46 mana sources split between 32 lands, 13 pieces of ramp, and 1 MDFC. Light, I know, but that's fine because of all the cantrips we're running. Remember, for every 2 cantrips in your deck, you can cut 1 land, but you don't really want to drop below 30 lands. 6 pieces of card advantage plus 13 cantrips, all of which are repeatable. 11 pieces of interaction. 2 board wipes, 1 piece of Graveyard Hate and Scavenger Grounds. No sudden I win cards, but that's fine. The fun part about a deck like this is how much damage you get to deal to people. Feather is a cross between a Spellslinger deck and a Voltron deck, which means you can upgrade towards either path. Swords to help make Feather more powerful, especially Sword of Feast and Famine or Sword of Once and Future. You could run Old Reliable Sunforger as well. Or you could add something truly ridiculous like Monastery Mentor or Aria of Flame. Ignore the 10 life your opponents gain. It will do them no good as you cast your spells. I've gotten to 15 verse counters in 2 turns before with my Feather deck. The possibilities are endless with a unique commander like Feather the Redeemed. Do you have a Feather the Redeemed commander deck? What's your secret deck tech? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cute Stuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. The link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. You can have a video made, or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Muffins, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Alex, Borgie, Naswin, Conga, Aaron, Chris, Robert, William Pye, Kazaris, Booksuit, Patrick, Naffy, Noodle, Tiz, Art, Richard, Devin, and Lucius. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.